Yeah, I just have a brief comment. The questions could go on forever, but I think what you guys have built out of what's been going on has been immense. One of the things I was thinking about not only the last several weeks and months, but just certainly over the course of this presentation and diving in and not only seeing, but feeling what you guys have toiled over to build and create. And I started thinking about choice, and choice is a blessing. Choice is a freedom. And with freedom comes responsibility, something that a lot of people don't think a lot about. But there's a lot of people out there that don't want the choice because if they're told what to do and the direction to take, then there's a way to kind of sort of point a finger. Things don't go perfectly, and kind of not take responsibility for it. But our community is that kind of community. Our community is the type of community that respects and appreciates freedom and choice and responsibility.
Thanks, Scott. Scott.
Yeah. So what's going on, Rochester? I'm guilty as charged. Here's what I mean by that. I was one of those people that I grew up learning that outcomes, not ours, is what mattered. Having grit, having a motor, and getting things done with no excuses, plain and simple. And I always thought, teachers and people in education, they don't grind. They go in there for the tenure and the summers off and all that kind of stuff. Well, I'm here to tell you straight up, being involved in this at an intimate level and serving the community and working with the kids and working with this team, I'm going to tell you right now, straight up, because I've lived my whole life in either college athletics and coaching or in the private sector. And I know what it's like to have to go into a place, and all of you that have touted your private sector experience and pedigree, you know that you've got to sometimes make a call, and I'm going to need you on board. And you know that call is going to be unpopular. We are making fluid decisions. This group is amazing. And the level of commitment and the level of resolve that this team has shown has actually blown my mind and changed my perspective on all education. It's unbelievable how it's changed it. I would tell you that just because we're not getting what we want, none of us are getting what we want, makes us feel like, things aren't going our way, and it makes us feel like no one's listening. It makes us feel like people don't care, but that's not the case. This team understands hours, not outcomes. They are going above and beyond. Everybody on here and people that aren't on here are grinding and getting after it. They're taking it home, and quite frankly, they're taking it personally. I don't mean the comments from dissatisfied folks and this and that. I'm talking about they're taking the outcome personally. They're taking the experience of our children in this community personally. So know that and understand that and sleep with that. The other thing, and I'll leave you with this, and this is a good thing. One of the things I've always learned throughout my life personally, maybe a lot of you felt this way too, nothing creates bonds more than shared suffering. Shared suffering. Dr. Stainer actually ironically opened up today's conversation with 9/11. And I remember after that happened that I've never seen a bunch of people pull together more, maybe more so than a very long time, than after that moment. And I look at this community and I look at the things that are going on right now. We need to start having confidence in each other, and we need to have a bond that elevates with shared suffering. Now, are there some holes that can be shored up by way of communication and things like that? Are there opportunities for us to improve on as a collective? Absolutely, there always are. But I think everyone on here watching this tonight as a community member understands the impact of the complexity of tough things that are outside your control. It's not an excuse. It's just a real thing that we're all going through together. So I would just encourage everyone on here that I'm working with shoulder to shoulder with on the daily, everyone that's in our schools and everyone in our community, that's get it together and focus on the outcome that we all want. That's everybody going back to school. Plain and simple. That's what we all want. So let's not think that people don't want that, and let's not think that people aren't grinding and pouring everything they have into making this happen, because that's exactly what's happening, whether you feel that way or not. That is what's happening. I want you to rest assured and have the confidence in knowing that it is happening that way, and the talent in this room is off the charts. I'm looking around right now. There's a whole Brady Bunch, Hollywood Squares looking thing going on right now. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of people on here that I would go to battle with. And I won't say that about anybody. Those of you watching this in the community, maybe you know me personally, maybe you've worked with me. I don't know. You know how I operate. And I don't say that about anybody. But this team gets it. The culture is stronger than most places. And I've been a lot of different places. And I know a lot of people here watching have too. The culture here is strong. And culture trumps process any day of the week. And that's the reason why we are where we are. That's the reason why we've been putting up all kinds of records. We're fiscally super healthy over the last several years. That's why we've been breaking records and getting hardwire, getting awards, we're doing all kinds of stuff in this district for many years running. And now we're doing the thing better than everyone. Just because we're not doing it, everyone else is doing the way they're doing it, doesn't mean we're doing it wrong. That means we have the courage to innovate. That's what's got this district where it is today, not by doing the status quo, but by doing things differently, thinking outside the box and doing the hard stuff. Because what's hard in the beginning is easy in the end, my friends. All right. So I know a little filibuster there, but I will tell you that I'm very proud of this team. I'm honored to be on here, good, better, and different, taking shells, getting congratulations, and this, that, and the other. But we got to get these kids dialed in. We got to protect them. We got to get them in the school. We got to get them learning. And we're going to do it the right way. And we got your back, community. If you got questions, reach out like you have and keep continuing to do it. But we're going to continue to get better as we go, as we solve this thing together as a crew. But I will tell you, we will win. We will finish on the right side of history with this when it's all over. When you look back on this in many months and years to go, you're going to go, man, we have the right team working on that. That's how this is going to go.